Good morning, everyone. So, today is Saturday, the 7th of February. As usual, we're all gathering this time to do this morning chanting, expression of our gratitude, homage, veneration to the Buddha for his kindness, compassion, purity, and wisdom. Despite the 2,600 years, we have this opportunity to study his wisdom and practicing accordance with his teachings. Very fortunate to have this opportunity, and we are striving our best to learn and to practice. As there is a saying that practice makes perfect. So practice is the key. But obviously, before we practice, we have to have some basic guidance which will be aligned with the practice. If we study only the Dhamma but not practice, then we will become a philosopher, not someone who has experienced it. That is the reason why the Buddha taught that there are different types of wisdom, beginning with a wisdom that we gain through study. And this study again can be done in different ways. Reading the books, listening the talks. Whichever ways we accumulate basic knowledge about any particular object, and that is known as the Sutta Panya. The Sutta Panya is merely the information that we receive from others' explanation. It's called a Parato Gosa. To others' understanding and information they thought, they think that would be the best for that era. And every time when the year change or a day change, that also changes too. And the second knowledge or wisdom is known as the Chintamaya Panya, which is whatever knowledge that we have acquired, we investigate for some times, investigating in that subject matter. Pondering and thinking how it could happen, how it could possible, and so on. And this is also called the scientific mind. Someone who has got the scientific mind would ask a question and think about that. After thinking on the information that he or she receives from whether the book or whether the talks, then contemplates on it, ponders on it. And the knowledge that one receives from there is called a Chintamaya Panya. And the Bhavanamaya Panya, which is the third one, which is actually not just gathering the information, not only thinking about the information, but the conclusion came after that and is still not finished yet. Then that person take that information and put it into practice. Investigates. And this practice and investigation done not in a lab with other materials, but it's done within this body, investigating within our body. And whatever knowledge arises through that, and which most of the time is the understanding of the nature of change and suffering and inability to remain as permanent. And that knowledge allows us to develop a further understanding on the nature of our life, the nature of this world. And that is the one that the Buddha wished to see on us, that whenever things happen, is able to contemplate and release. And that knowledge is the pure knowledge. And that's what we have been doing here. Not just a study, not just a thinking about it, but practically practicing. There was once a gentleman went to visit the Veluvana Vihara during the time of the Buddha. He was a regular visitor to the temple and have known that Venerable Ananda was the one who has most kindest heart. And also knows that he's well known for memories. So on that day when he went to visit the Jetavana monastery, he met with one monk who was sweeping the ground, who was taking care of the surroundings to make it a more colorful. And this man approaches him and asks, where is the Venerable Ananda? So having heard that where is the Venerable Ananda, then this monk told that the Venerable Ananda is in another place. After knowing that the Venerable Ananda is somewhere else, so he went to see Venerable Ananda and asked the question, saying that, how wonderful to see So Venerable Ananda explained the Dhammas. The question he asked was, is there any single method to attain the nirvana. The question that he asked was, did the Buddha taught any single teaching that can help people to be liberated? Having heard the question, then the Buddha, the Ananda replied that yes, the Blessed One taught there is a single Dhamma that will help one to liberate. So then this gentleman was told by the Venerable Ananda that seclusion from sensual desire, keeping the mind and on the pointed awareness, the object, then it arises or it becomes the conducive for the development of the jhanas. And furthering from there, move on to the jhana 1, jhana 2, jhana 3, jhana 4. And even from the jhana 4, then again, one can practice the appamanya, which is the borderless metta bhavana to all sentient beings. And then after the cultivation of the 4 Brahma Viharas, the 4 sublime divine abode, one should develop the formless realms. And after the attainment of that, then again one can come out from it and see things as they truly are, and then gaining the attainment. Now this is a philosophy, it's called Suttamaya Panya. One has to take on these teachings and practice. Only then one is known as a real practitioner. Similarly, there's another story that a man who was a businessman traveling through the villages and towns, and he came across with the Buddha. He was surprised to see that people from that village was rushing to see the Buddha and listen his talk in the evening. He just arrived on that day. Surprised, so he asked one of the passerby and realized that there is the Buddha, and everybody is going to listen the talk. So he also went and he decided to be a monk. After becoming a monk during the Vasa time, he went up to the Buddha and asked for the Dhamma that he can take on. And the Buddha said that there are 2 different types of the Dhammas that you can practice. One, that is to study and become a master of the Dhamma. And 2, without memorization, without holding on to a certain concept, if you go to practice, it's called Vipassana Dura, then that's another path. So this gentleman, after becoming a monk, he told the Buddha that my age is almost 60 now. My memory is not good anymore. So rather than taking the path towards the memorization or remembering the Dhammas, so this gentleman took the second path, saying that I am already 60 years old, and so he went on with the second path. And with that, he wasn't just listening, he wasn't just thinking, but he also took the path and practiced it. And according to the story, he was enlightened later on. And despite of his enlightenment, one day when he was doing the walking meditation, killed many insects just to come out from the a field. And he became blind just before that due to strong dedication and determination to practice and to be liberated. So he didn't sleep. So with that, just before the end of the vasa, he lost his eyesight. So we have to be very careful on that too. Very mindful on that. That the Buddha's path is not just a memorization, not just in the speculation or thinking and judging, but it's a practice that the Buddha encourages us to do. And that practice brings the wisdom to free ourselves. That freeing is the key or the essence of the Buddha's path. And as we know, the accumulation of knowledge is easy. All what you have to do is to read and study and listen to talks. And naturally, knowledge will increase. And further, if you want to get even deeper understanding, then investigate, ponder, think about it. And the third one, the Bhavanamaya Panya, is not just the accumulation of the knowledge, not just thinking and making speculations, but practically taking it and practicing. Then that practice will lead to the real understanding, the way things are. But it's not an easy one. The practice one is not easy one. It requires a lot of things. Dedication, determination. So, nevertheless, we are not committing ourselves fully, yet we are here regularly to do the chantings and meditation. These obviously will help to shape our understanding and help to change our way of thinking and the development of the wisdom which will help us to free desires, possessiveness, and so on. Simply then we are walking on the path to the liberation. So with this, thank you everyone for attaining the regular chantings and listening the reflections. And I hope you take away and reflect, and also not just the reflecting, but also practice, which will bring a real happiness to you, to us, and to all of us. So with this, now we do the chanting. That's sutta number 25.